The first one, it would have dropped out.
Welcome everyone to opening night of the Space City Darts Cricket Premier League. In tonight's featured match, we'll see Derek Thompson taking on Justin Duke. They're getting ready now to diddle for the start. This will only determine who goes first in leg one. After that, it will be alternating start. Derek's first start is outside of the bowl, and Justin gets the 25, and he will go first in leg one. All right, this should be a good matchup. Justin is a longtime Houston Dart player, while Derek is very involved in the scene currently, but he's had a come up over the past few years. Justin's going to open up with a 5 mark. Great start to the league for Justin. Derek's going to respond on the 19s. He's going to try and catch up on points a little bit. Is that a 5 of his own? It is. Great start to the first match of our night. Now, cricket strategy is a little bit more uh, divisive or variable than 501 strategy. So we could see a couple different paths to get to the finish line here. Most of the time in competitive cricket, you're trying to keep the point lead. So Derek, instead of going to close the 20s, he's going to start on the 18s, try and open that segment up and get a few more points. Only gets 2. If Justin can throw 3 straight here, it's going to get him a pretty significant advantage. Ooh, last start. Only comes up with 2 himself. So Derek's going to be looking at putting as many darts into the triple 18 as possible. All right. Offered a dart at the 20s, trying to take away that scoring segment from Justin after he got the point lead with his 18. Justin goes straight to the 20s, gets that point lead back, closes the 18s, and then offers a dart at the goal. You'll see that sometimes when players have 1 dart left, they might go for the bull if there's not a more impactful segment where that single dart could land. Derek goes down to the 17s, only comes up with 2 this time. In cricket, maybe even more so than 501, being able to throw 3 straight darts and just get 3 singles is extremely valuable. In case anyone doesn't know the way cricket works, it's a bit more popular with soft tip than steel tip. But in cricket, you need 3 darts to close a segment, and then if your opponent has not closed that segment, you can begin to score points on that segment. Now, if your opponent gets 3 points on that same segment, they close it and you can no longer score points. So Derek went to try and open up the 16, only came up with 1. Justin finds the trip on his second dart. Oh no, just a single. That second dart must have blocked the bed for the 16, so he went to try and get ahead of Derek and go for the 15s. Derek only finding 1 again, drifting into that 777 segment. Justin will be looking to close those 16s here and secure his lead. And he gets it with that last start. This will force Derek to go to the 15s. Some players might go to the bull here because scoring on the bulls is worth more than scoring on the 15s. But Derek's going to go for the 15s. 15s is usually the safer option. He gets his 3, so he's going to be relying on Justin to not close that segment with 2 darts this round. And Justin gets it. Plus a dart at the bull. So going into the bulls, Justin in a commanding lead. If Derek's no slouch on the bulls, he could always come back. In cricket, the game's not over if you're taking the lead into the bullseye. There should be ample opportunity for Derek to score some more bulls, come back, but Justin goes ahead and shuts him down. First 2 darts into the bull, and that's going to be game 1. So in the Cricket Premier League, players are going to play 1 player each week. So we have 8 players. They'll play each other for 7 weeks, and each night is 13 legs. At the end of those 7 weeks, each leg counts as 1 point, and the top 6 players with the most points will advance to the finals. Finals will be a short tournament bracket, and the winner of the Premier League gets sponsored to go play in the ADO Cricket Nationals, which will be in Charlotte in July. All right, Derek opened up with a 4 mark on the 20s. Great start for him, and Justin with only 2 on the 19s. Derek follows up with another 4 mark on the 19s. Puts himself in a fantastic position. Justin deciding to go to the 17s this time, even though 18s obviously offers more points. A lot of players will like to do that because the transition between the 17s and 19s is a lot easier. Derek initially ignoring the 17s, starting on the 18s. But 2 trips, he comes up with a 7 mark. And this game's only going one direction so far. Now, with the 16s and the 15s open, Justin did decide to start on the bullseye, again, because the bullseye offers the potential for more points per round. A triple 16 is 48 points, double bull is 50 points. So you do have the ability to score more points on the bullseye. And Justin's trying to come up with a 76-point deficit right now, so not a bad idea. That last start, he opened up 16, so he goes back there. That first start was a blocker over the triple 16, so he goes for the bulls. Finds one, slops into a 15. Derek's going to be trying to close those 16s. Oh, decides to get ahead of Justin, go for the 15, trips it with his first start. And a 16 puts him 1 mark away from closing everything but bulls. I expect Justin to go for the bulls here. Nope, down to the 16s, trips it with his first start. Should be 4 for Justin. 64 points. Goes a long way in closing that gap, but Derek does have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers open against Justin, so even if he does get the point lead back, it shouldn't be too difficult for Derek to find some more points. Very efficient round for Derek. He closes out the 16s. He gets 2 bulls, puts him 1 bull away from this match. It's going to be all bulls for Justin. He's trying to score as many points as he can to force Derek to point to try and extend this game. Does get 2 bullseyes, so one of those does get him 25 points. Derek's going to have to burn a dart on a scoring segment here. Going for the 20s. Doesn't manage to come up with one. So even though Justin has the lead here, he's got 4 numbers behind. He can't win the game in this round. So he's starting on bullseyes to try and give himself a little bit more breathing room, force a few more darts, add a scoring segment from Derek. Derek opting to start on the bull. Not a bad idea when you've got so many numbers open. Very good chance that you slop into one of those numbers and score yourself some points incidentally. Instead, doesn't hit a bull, but does go up to the 20s and shortens that lead that Justin has. Justin's going to be gradually trying to close out those numbers while maintaining that point lead on the bull. Derek's priority is to close that last scoring segment that Justin has. He finds it with dart 2, and then his last dart gives him the lead. Game 2 goes to Derek Thompson. Fantastic match. Justin, another fantastic start. 4 mark on the 20s. Players are always looking for at least 3 marks to open up a cricket match. You open up a cricket match with less than 3, you haven't closed out a segment. Uh, Not a good start. Derek responds with a 3. He's playing catch up, so Justin's going to go down to the 19s, try and take away that scoring segment from him. Oh, that last start does not make it in there. We should see 3 all of the 19 from Derek unless he gets a trip. No, opting to go up to the 20s, offers a dart for the close, but only gets the 1 mark. Justin goes to a scoring segment 20s, finds 1, and then goes down and closes the 19. So Derek's going to have to move over. I'd expect him to go to the 18s here, and he does. Oh, Pepper in the triple. Only 2 marks, though. Ooh, 2 good darts from Derek, but doesn't get in the triple bed. Expect Justin to go to the same target, try and take away that scoring opportunity. Looks like Dart 2 did find the triple there for Justin. That's going to force Derek down to the 17s. Ooh, a rare dart at the double, it looks like. Throwing at the double in cricket is pretty controversial. It's seen by a lot of people, but as a high risk, low reward play. Um, for the reason that if you miss outside of the double, outside of the board, you have scored no marks. Many players, if they need 2 marks, they will just throw at the triple, knowing that if they miss up or down, they're still going to get that single mark. But the double is a bigger bet than the triple, so it's certainly a decision a lot of players debate. Oh, fantastic 5 mark from Derek. Makes this game interesting again. Justin's going to try and get at least 2 20s here. Force some scoring darts from Derek so he can't close out Justin's 20s and 18s, but only finds 1. Derek straight at the 20s and 18s, trying to secure his lead and take away those opportunities from Justin, but only finds a dart in the 20. Expect 3 at the 18s here from Justin unless he trips it early. Interesting play there, going for the 17s with the second dart. Derek looks like he finds the triple when he doesn't need it anymore. And 2 more 17s gives him the lead. Justin finds 4 16s and then goes to the 15s. Derek still maintains a narrow lead, though. So he's going to go to those 15s, try and take him away from Justin. Doesn't come up with anything, though. Ooh, this could be a big momentum swing in this game. Justin needs to get a point lead, needs to take away those 17s. So first two darts go to close into 17. Oh, and then opts for the 15s instead of his closed 16s. So Derek maintains a point lead, but he is down in numbers. Going for the 15s, the only segment that he could still open and potentially score on, besides the bull. But only gets two. Expect Justin to close out that segment here. First start does it. He's going to stay there and try and lengthen his point lead as they go into the bulls. At this point in the game, when there's still a couple scoring segments available, and you're about to go into bullseyes, every 25 points that you're ahead of your opponent, that's an extra bull they have to hit. So if Justin was able to come up with one more 15, he could have added a bullseye to his lead. Instead, opting to go straight for the bulls, try and finish this game now. Finds two and slops the 15. Very fortunate. Derek's only option here is bulls. Try and score as many as he can. See if he can get a point lead on Justin. Force him to shoot darts anywhere but the bullseye. And first dart bullseye. Game 3 goes to Justin Duke. Another fantastic game. All right, looks like Derek opens up another form art. Great standards so far from these guys. I think every match has opened up with at least a 4. Ooh, Justin returning fire. That's going to be a 7 mark. Shoots right back at Derek. Scores a 4 on the 19s of his own and then closes Derek's 20s, forcing him up to the 18s. A lot of people would be tempted here to try and close the 19s in Derek's shoes, but if you spend 3 darts at the 19s, you're playing on your back foot. You no longer have the advantage of going first. So Justin opts to spend a dart to get the point lead and then goes up to 18s. Expect all of these at the 18s unless Derek trips it. All right. So far early on tonight, Derek very aggressively going to close any open segments of Justin's. Uh, some people might have called that third dart at 19 a hero dart, but if you hit it, it's not a hero dart. Justin playing smart, going to the 17. Gets 3 to open up that segment. Spends a couple of 17s and then goes up to 18 to extend his point lead. Justin putting up another cricket number. That's going to be a 5 mark. Swings the points in his direction and puts Derek 1 mark away from having a closed 18 segment. He'll have to go hunting for another one. So he's going to make the most of the 18s that he can while it's still open. Finds 2, gives him the slimmest of margins. You have to say the advantage still lies with Justin in this match. 18s closed and a couple 17s to extend his lead. Is that a 3 mark from Derek? There's 3. Justin can throw 3 straight darts for the next 3 rounds. He's got a real good shot at winning this game. There's the first 3. Derek's in a position he's gonna have to put up at least a 5 to make this interesting. Ooh, that last start right on the wire. Only finds 3. First start looks low from Justin, yet it is. That's why he went to the 17, so it extends his lead. So Derek gets another chance at the 15s now. Still looking for a cricket number. Where did those end up? 3 singles. That was my last guess. That's like a 4 or 6 to me. Justin still not having much luck on that first start of the 15. And you can see as soon as he doesn't hit the first, he's going to 17s and he's pointing. Derek only finding 2 though. All right, first start's in there. He'll stay. And 3 straight darts close the 15s. That's what he's been looking for. Derek's forced to the bull now. No luck on either hitting a bullseye or closing the 17, but he is only 1 mark away from closing that 17. If Justin struggles with the bulls here, there could be an opportunity for Derek to come back. But Justin hits 3 bulls and 2 darts, and that's going to be game 4. Oh, these have been tight games so far. Not a blowout in sight yet. That's our first sub 4 start to a match. As long as you get 3 and close out that 20, you're usually not too upset with yourself. Looks like Derek followed up with a 4 on the 19s. Nope, only 2. Justin going down to take away that segment from him. Ooh, but second dart slides into the 7s. Finds a 4 mark of his own, though, that last start. Sliding above the first one and finding the trip. Gonna push Derek to the 18s. Three straight darts, though, from Derek. 3 straight darts will go a long, long way. Most of the competitors here, the competitors tonight were chosen based on their cricket averages from league play in the last 3 leagues. So the top 8 players with the highest cricket averages at any point over the last, or at the end of any of the last 3 seasons, were offered an invitation to the Premier League. A few of those players were not able to make it. So we do have some players who were filling in those spots. But most of the players in the Premier League, they're going to be coming in with a cricket average of around, I'd say probably a 2.5 to a 2.9. So if you throw 3 straight darts, that's a 3.0 average. Now, once you get to the bulls, not everyone can hit 3 bullseyes on command. But this just goes to show that 3 straight darts gets you pretty far in competitive darts, even at this level. Now, Derek has a pretty significant lead. Justin's going to need to find 419s to make it interesting, and he does. All right. Huge swing here. Derek does not have an open segment, so he's got to go to the 17s to try and open that up. How many 17s did he find? Did he find four? Ooh, just the one. So now Justin's looking at the 17 to the 5-point lead. Only finds two, so big opportunity for Derek here. If Derek can throw three straight, he's happy. If he can do more than that, all the better. Only finds two on the 17, though. So enough to close it, but not enough to give him the lead. Justin's going to take away that scoring segment from him and then heads up to the Bulls. Not sure if that was a great idea. We'll see. If Derek puts up a 4 or a 5 on the 16s, Justin might be regretting that choice. It's 316, so Justin does have the lead, but the onus is on him to stay straight here and close out that segment. Let me put two right there on the left side. Last start goes for the fat, ensures he gets that single. Derek's gonna need to put up at least a 4 here on the 15s. Comes up with nothing. Unfortunate. Should expect Justin to close the 15s here, whether he misses or not. Does find the 2 marks. Derek needed to hit 4 bulls there to give himself the lead. He did actually have a chance to win the game there with 2 double bulls and a triple 15. Big ask, but possibility. And Justin continues to pepper that bullseye. That's another 3 bulls and 2 darts to finish the game. Justin's off to a commanding 4-1 lead, but these games have been close. A couple errant darts from Derek. That's our first subpar beginning to a game. Just the 1 mark. Essentially hands the darts to Justin. Says, you go first. But sometimes when you're given an opportunity you don't expect, it can be difficult to capitalize on it. So Justin turns around and gives him right back to Derek. Doesn't make the most of the opportunity, but 2 marks is enough to close out the 20 segment. Justin finding the triple on that first start. Like, where was that last round? Should be 2 or 3 on the 19s. 2 19s. Derek's using very long tips. Can make it difficult to determine where his darts are in the board. Justin's all over the 19s. First start in the triple. Moves over to the 17s. That's going to be a 5 mark. Puts him in the driver's seat for this game. Derek just throws 1 dart to quickly close out those 19s, take away the scoring opportunity from Justin, but only 1 of the 17s. He's going to need to close out a segment before Justin does pretty soon here. Justin's opening up these 17s. Well, let's try to open up these 17s. Just the 1 mark. Good enough to close it. Expect Derek to go up to the 18s here. Let's see, did he find a triple with his first start? He did. Justin's got some decisions to make now. He needs two 17s to get the point lead. Like he needs two marks on the 18s to close it. When in doubt, always go for points. You can't lose if you're got more points than your opponent. Derek quickly closing the 17s with his first start. Moving over, trips to 16. It's a slim point lead for Derek, but Justin's going to need to pepper either the bulls or the 15s. Chooses bulls. Hasn't been as accurate on the bulls before the 15s are closed so far. Two at the 15s closes the 15s for Derek. And he's three bulls away from winning game six. Derek needs, or Justin needs, three bulls here, take the point lead, extend this game. Only finds the one. Derek all over the bullseye. Did he find three? He did. And there's game six to Derek. That was a close one as well. Both players had opportunities. I think Derek's five mark between the 18s and the 17s really opened up that game for him. And Justin opening up with yet another four mark on the 20s. Some of you less familiar with cricket may be wondering why the second player doesn't go to the 20s to close them out. And that's the scoring game theory of cricket. You want to try to establish a point lead before you go to close your opponent's numbers most of the time. Uh, Cricket, like I said at the beginning of the stream, uh, there's a lot more diversity of opinion with cricket strategy than there is with 501 strategy. Unlike 501 in cricket, you are actively playing your opponent, and you can play to your opponent's weaknesses. Whereas 501, you're playing the board, you're playing yourself. In 501, your opponent's actions can't really influence yours, but in cricket, they directly do. Justin follows up his four mark with a five mark, forces Derek to the 18s, and he responds with a five of his own. So we've got players averaging about a 4.5 apiece here. Is the best scoring game so far. Justin takes that 18 away from Derek and then adds another 20. Well, that's our first kind of loose turn this game. Only two on the 17. See if Justin can walk that up. Not quite, but three straight darts is enough to close it out. It's like first start was in the triple 16, but unable to follow it up. Justin looking for three straight darts in the 16 here. Ooh, second dart, Aaron in the 8. See, Justin with two marks remaining goes for that triple instead of going for the double. It's a choice a lot of players are going to make. Leaves it open for Derek, who finds a triple again with his first start. Oh, did he find another one with his third? 6 mark on the 16s for Derek. Swings this game in the other direction. That's going to force Justin on his back foot to score some points. He's going to go ahead and just take away that 16, though. Not sure if that was the right move. I think that switch might have thrown off that third dart. He really needed those points. But he does have 2 segments open to Derek's. Well, now 1. But a 5 mark on the 15 sure helps him out. Justin down by 77 points. He's looking for 420s to put him up. Gets 2. Only finds 3, so Derek's going to have the point lead. Going to want to divide his time between taking out those 20s and scoring on the 15s. Couldn't have asked for a better round, except maybe tripping that 15, but fantastic 5 mark from Derek. Sends us to the bullseyes. And Justin's been great on the bulls when he's ahead, but so far he's tried to use that bull more strategically. Not quite as accurate. It's like 2 bulls from Derek. Now Justin's going to need 5 bulls for the point lead. Starting off the double bull's a good start, though. Yeah, 2 bulls not going to be enough. Derek just needs to find 1. But the way his darts stick up like that in the board, missing low's not good for him. Trying to work around it, isn't able to. Now Justin needs 3 bulls, which he's done plenty of times so far tonight. Would give him the point lead. Force Derek away from the bullseye. There's Justin's first 2. Drops the last dart, though. So Derek maintains the point lead, but it's considerably slimmer. But it doesn't matter. Gets the bull on his first start. And that's game 7 to Derek Thompson.
We'll find out.
All right, Derek starting us off with 3 straight darts in the 20s. All right, just choosing to pepper the 18s instead of the 19s. That can be a strategic choice for a lot of players. Same reason they like to go 17s and try to close 19s. It's a smaller adjustment. Derek opting to ignore Justin's 18s. Goes down to the 19s to open up another scoring segment for himself. Just decides to ignore both the 19s and his open 18s, go for the 17s, but only finds the 1 dart. Derek's got options now. Slim point lead. He opts to go ahead and close out that 18s. Justin right on that triple with his first start. But it went to the triple two. So only the 217s, not enough to get any points out of it. And Derek says, I'm going to go ahead and close that out for you. So Justin has gone for pulls in this point before. Now going for 16s, finds 4 after trying to close the 19s with that first start. Though I'm not sure, that could have been a triple 16 that just dropped. Derek looking for his 19s to get the point lead back. Does find one, but he's not going to be too happy with that. Justin not throwing as many darts at 16 as I would have expected. A 5-point lead is a lead, but pretty slim. Derek finds two 19s, gets the lead right back. Puts Justin in a position where he now needs 3 16s to get the lead back. That's all right. He finds 4. He gets that 19 one mark closer to being done. Derek trying to make hay while the sun's still up. Peppers 19s, finds 4. He's got a 45-point lead, but that's only 3 16s away. Justin finds 1, decides it's time to close those 19s. Not quite enough to give him the point lead, but Derek, with no other numbers open, is going to have to spend 3 marks opening up the 15s. That first start in the triple two is not good for him with the way his darts lie. That very effectively blocked the triple 15 for his second dart. So Derek decides to just close the 16s. Adjust the stand straight. 3 singles. Sends us to bullseyes. Derek's looking to close those 15s, actually. Still has a slim point lead. Ooh, only the 115, though. Justin's going to be looking here not only to take the point lead, but to try and put as many bulls between him and Derek as possible. 315s puts him effectively 2 bulls ahead of Derek. Derek not finding any bulls, decides to go down and close that 15. Justin, maybe for the first time this match, goes up looking for 3 bulls to win it and doesn't find them in 2 darts. Derek having more luck, though. That should be 3. So now Justin needs 3 bulls. Derek only needs 2. But Justin has the throw. Don't want to see that from the first start. Derek can find 2 bulls here. He'll come back. There's the first. There's the second. Oh, great comeback from Derek. Fantastic. That might have been the closest game so far. They're going to play right on to game 9. Justin might be feeling the fatigue, playing so many games back to back. That's his worst start of the night. Derek takes the opportunity, finds a 4 on the 20s. Justin going back down to his 19s after experimenting with 18s last game. Only finds 2 though. Wouldn't be surprised if Justin asked for a short break after this game. The players are not expected to play all 13 legs uh, back to back to back. So I would expect a 5 to 10 minute break after this game. I think that first start from Justin might have been at the bullseye, just trying to find his throw. And neither of them really setting off fireworks right now. It's going to be 2 and the 18. See if Justin goes to the same target or goes down to the 17. He's going to stay at the 18, try and keep Derek from opening up another segment. It only finds 2 himself. Derek closes at 18 and goes down. And did he trip the 17 with his last start? Ooh, just underneath. Still an opportunity here for Justin. He can find 4 or 5 on the 17. Decides to go 15s instead. Runs into a 7 mark on the 15 after, I think, slopping, going for the bull with his first start. Probably wasn't his game plan going up to the line, but it worked out. Oh, fantastic darts from Derek. What a response. Takes away that 15s from Justin. This does have a slim point lead. Opts to go for the bullseye instead of the 16s. I think he's using the bullseye mostly to settle his throw rather than strategically. Derek's got some options here. Decides to ignore the bullseye. He's just going to go ahead and close that 16 out. But Justin with 2 marks already, he could stage a comeback on the bullseye. Ooh, that looks like 3. That's going to be 50 points for Justin. And that's going to be enough that Derek's going to have to do some thinking. He decides he's not going to take any chances. If you have more points than your opponent, you can't lose. So 320s gives him the point lead back. Justin not finding as much success on the bulls, but does slop into that 20 to close it at the end. And now with the point lead, Derek is focused on bulls and hits his 3 in his first 2 darts. So after kind of a slower start, that ended up being a fantastic turnaround for Derek. Those back-to-back 7s. Justin 17-7 on the 15s and bull, and then Derek went right back at it with the 17s and 15s. They're going to go ahead and take a break. While they're taking a break, we can go ahead and look at the score from the other matches going on. Bring those up real quick. So we've got Mac and George playing over there right next to our streaming board. And this is somewhat of a surprise. Mac leading George 7-1. George has been a participant of our 501 Premier League the past 2 seasons, and he won it last season. So George got sponsored to go play at the ADO 501 Nationals in Las Vegas this past winter. Now he's back in the Cricket Premier League and not having as much success. It is only night one, though. Does seem to have an advantage in this match, unless Matt can come up with a 6 mark here. We've got one more match going on. Up, George takes the point lead. This should be his second leg of the night. And on the right now, we've got Patrick and Greg. Patrick leading Greg 4 legs to none so far tonight. Both of them have also been participants in the 501 Premier League. Greg had a fantastic run the last Premier League. He was at the top of the bracket going into finals, and then was upset by George. Looks like George did just win uh, that match against Mac to bring it up to 2 legs to 7. Greg still looking for his first leg of the Premier League. Can't see George and Mac's board, but we can watch them throw and follow along on the left. Mac so far. I mean, Mac throwing a 3.0 average for the night after 9 legs. That is fantastic darts. He must be having a great night. So far, throwing a 3.7 in this match after 3 rounds. That's fantastic. Mac should be looking to close George's 17s. And he does, and finds 2 more single 16s. Start working on that segment. George looking to open up those 16s, but only finds 2 marks. Shouldn't be too much for Mac to close him out. Looks like he does. And heading towards the 15 segment, I'm sure. Yep, one mark of the 16s closed it. The 15 should be George's target now. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to leave up Mac and George's game. We'll take a short break and then we'll be right back with more of Derek and Justin. All right, we are back with Derek and Justin. Derek got to a great start in this match, going down to the 17s. Finds three, so Justin going back to that bullseye, it looks like. Try and steady himself. Ends up settling for 116. Expect Derek to follow him there. Ooh, looks like that third dart found the triple eight. Yeah, just the two marks for Derek. It's opportunity for Justin if he can find some of those 16s. After the first start, though, dropping him low. Derek now can solidify his lead if he hits another one. Oh, opts instead to go for the 15s, but does find the triple, so he'll be happy with that. Four mark that sends Justin to the bullseye. When Justin's on the Bulls, he's really on them. That's at least two. Yep. But Derek with his four numbers open, Justin's going to need a lot of Bulls to make up that difference. Derek finding the Bull with his last start. He's got lots of opportunities to slap some points if Justin does manage to find a few more Bulls. Just the one bullseye. So Derek could end the game with one dart now and that double bull. Let's see if he stays on it. Nope. Instead, opts the safer route, goes to the 18s. Not sure how much safer that 18 route was though, because it doesn't affect the amount of bulls that Justin needed. Justin finding three there gives him almost a 60-point lead. Oh, but Derek nearly erases it with his first triple 18. And four 18s later, he's back in the lead. So Justin here just needs the one bullseye to get the point lead back. He's got a lot of ground to cover with those numbers to close. And no luck in slopping any of them. You gotta feel like that second dart must have caught the third. Left Derek with a very narrow window to find the bullseye again. So only gets the one. Justin's just going to stay on those bullseyes until he can get a big enough point lead that he feels comfortable going after the numbers, hoping he can slop some in between. Does find a 17 there. So he is only one mark away on the 17s and 16s, but still has four numbers to close. Justin will be starting on the bullseye here. Great first start. Thinks about closing the 17s, but misses wide. Oh, I would have gone back to the bull. First start was a double, though. Derek will be on the 18s here. He's going to need three to get ahead. Goes for the bull after two, though, so does manage to close the bull, but does not have the point lead. However, Justin cannot win the game with three darts from here. Decides to just close those 18s. Make Derek shoot at a different number. But Derek just needs a single 17, and that is game 10. We're starting to see daylight between Derek Thompson and Justin Duke. The game's been close all night, but Justin seemed to have his number earlier on. Oh, Justin says, I'm not done yet. How about a 6 mark to start off the game 11? And Derek not able to mount a response. Just the single 19. Justin's going to go ahead and, ooh, last start slips into the sevens. There's still hope for Derek on the 19s, but he's gonna need a lot of them. Does find four, but Justin will close those 19s with one dart, and then I would have maybe gone for 20s at least one of those darts. Can't close the 18s with two unless you trip. Derek says the 18s are dead to me. I'm going to the 17s. Finds five of them. That's going to be enough to get the point lead back, but just does have those very valuable 20s still open. Justin says I'll kill two birds with one stone. Go ahead and close out the 18s while pointing and taking the lead back. Derek's going to be living on the 17s until he can get the lead again. Two marks won't be enough for that. Expect Justin to go for the close here, and he does with his first start. Ooh, it's going to be another 7 mark for Justin. Closing the 17s and 16s and two darts. Derek's only got the one option now. Let's see, did he trip it with his last start? He did. Finds the triple 15 with his last start. Gives him the point lead, but Justin's got three numbers open on him, so Justin's content to just go ahead and take away that scoring segment from Derek, or at least try to. And he does with the two singles. Derek went for the hero darts. A 9 mark there would give him the point lead going into the Bulls, but not a very high percentage play. So Derek is satisfied with the one bull. Justin could have won the game with a double bull, single bull, and would have needed two double bulls actually, or a trip on the 20s. Derek says I'm going to try and make the scoreboard look a little bit better and close out these 20s. Doesn't manage to do that though. So Justin, with nothing left to get but 22 points, finds two 20s, and that's going to be game 11. So after that comeback by Derek, Justin lets him know, we're not done yet. And not the best start for Derek, so Justin looking to capitalize on this momentum. Oh, he's peppering those 20s again. He's had another 7. Just a 6. Wow. A 5 from Derek, though. Good response. Justin should be looking to close those 19s. Does so with his first start. Moves over to the 17s. Gets the two singles. Trying to get ahead of Derek. Expect him here to go up to the 18s. That's one of his favorite segments. Does not serve him well this time, though. Finds a triple, but really needed a couple more from that visit. Justin was looking to take away from him, decides, no, I'll just go ahead and get in front of you, close out those 17s, add to my point lead. Then comes back up and snatches it. Derek just missing high into the 8s. Those first couple of darts. Justin there going for the triple on his last start instead of securing the close. But it pays off for him and he gets a 5 mark. Extends his point lead even more. Derek's still fighting. That's a 4 mark, but he really needed like a 7 to be competitive. And Justin says, 3 straight darts. Let's take it to bulls and wrap this up. Derek does find one bull, but he's quite a few behind. Justin finding just the one. Slapping a 17 though to extend his lead. Derek is going to need 6 bulls here, so 3 double bulls, and not quite able to come up with that. That's fine too. And not the best first start from Justin. His starts lay a lot more flat than Derek, so missing is not as impactful as it is for Derek, where if Derek misses low, he's really blocked himself, but even then, it looked like that first start was covering the bed for Justin. Derek picks up another 2. But Justin just 1 dart away. That must be just outside the wire. Ah, there we go. Walks it in the 3rd dart. Finds a double, and that's game 12. So after all that back and forth, after 12 legs, we were tied 6 legs to 6, going into leg 13, the last leg of the night. And what this means for the league is that each player goes away with 6 points, at least 6 points. Uh, we're not necessarily counting match wins in the league. It's whoever has the most leg wins at the end of 7 weeks. The top 6 go to the finals. And there will be seeding based on the amount of leg wins. But Justin with a great open, and Derek kind of with a minimum of 3 marks in 19s. Justin tries to close those 19s, but can't come up with it. Does manage to salvage uh, the throw with a triple on the last start. Derek staying with 3 straight in the 19s. Justin closing with 3 darts that could be on a pinhead. Ooh, how many triples did Derek get there? Just the one. Still a 5 mark makes it a 7 point game. Justin going to close those 18s. Derek's the only person that can fill a first start like that and then come up with 2 triples. But that 6 mark gives him a pretty significant point lead. That's going to force Justin up to the 20s. Where he does find success. A 6 mark of his own. So Derek back at square one. Looks like a 5 mark though. Oh, just a 4. So enough to get him within spitting distance of Justin. A lot of players, I don't disagree with Justin's first 2 darts there. First dart, extend the point lead, make it more comfortable, and then go for the close. But after missing the trip on the second dart, I think a lot of players, a lot of competitive cricket players who got back up to the 20, kept putting points on the board. Just now Justin finds himself in a situation where you gotta throw 3 straight just to make the game even. And not able to find those points with his first 2. Derek 3 straight darts away from closing the 20s, and he manages it. Derek is up by 40 points, but the game is a little bit closer than that with Justin going first. Although can't find any 16s, has to be satisfied with just the bull. I think he would prefer 3 straight 16s there, but Derek having the same trouble, but with his last start, he does find the triple, so Justin's not going to be able to use the 16s, claw any of those points back. Expect him on the 15s here. First start looks good. Ooh, is that a 7? Just a 5, but that is enough with the bullseye as well to make this a pretty close game. Just the 1 marker on the 16s for Derek. Justin should be looking for at least 2 or 3 15s if we're going to close those 16s. Triple with the second dart. I'd go to close those 16s then. There we go. Huge. Oh, just the 115. It was a great dart at the 16s, but I'm not sure if that is the right choice. Uh, Derek finding that double 15. It's going to be controversial, but if you hit it, it's hard to argue with. Close the 15s, sends it to bullseye, but Justin can win the game here with just 3 bulls. He's already done several times tonight. Doesn't get it this time, though. Only the 1. So now it's Derek's turn. Same thing to him. 3 bulls. He wins the night. Not a great first start. Oh, fantastic follow-up. Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay.
4 bulls. After that first start, hit 2 double bulls to win it. Fantastic. Fantastic composure by Derek. What a great match between these two guys. And what a great ending. Wow. The last game wasn't their best performance of the night, but to see Derek clutch up and hit those 2 double bulls at the end to win it, fantastic. Because Justin was going to come up and hit 2 bulls in his next round for certain. Wow. So Derek Thompson wins the night over Justin Duke, 7 legs to 6. Which again, we're not really counting match wins in this league. It's all about the legs. So Derek comes away with just 1 more point than Justin. But what a great matchup between those two. Fantastic start to the Cricket Premier League. I'll pull up George and Mac. George and Mac, they finished as well. So George ended up getting another couple legs. They split the last 4. So Mac will end up with 9 legs on the night. George with 4. Let's take a look at where Greg and Patrick are. Patrick now has a 6-0 lead over Greg. So Greg still looking for his first leg win of the Cricket Premier League. Although he's in a good opportunity to get one here. Four mark on the 15s from Greg. That's going to put him several balls ahead, but 3 balls from Patrick. Now he's only 1 ball ahead. Greg just 3 balls away from winning his first leg of the Cricket Premier League. Not able to come up with it. So Patrick can stay on balls. Yet hits 2, enough to give him the lead. Greg not able to find the balls he needs to win his first leg yet. Patrick with a fantastic round, barely missing out on a perfect round to win the match. Double bull, triple 15, needed the triple 16 to win and take away Greg's best chance of putting a leg up so far. Oh, and Greg responds beautifully with a 7 mark, punishing Patrick for failing to close out those 16s. He hits 6 of them. Patrick could still win it with 2 bullseyes and 2 16s. Only manages 1 of each, though. Greg is 1 dart away from winning his first leg. Just needs 1 in the bullseye. And he does it. Greg gets his first leg of the Cricket Premier League. What a match. 560 points. I don't think we had a single leg between Derek and Justin that got even close to 560 points. Patrick's opening up with 5 mark. Now, if Patrick and Greg take a break at some point, which they're around the halfway mark that they might be doing after this leg, we'll try and get them on the streaming board so we can see what they're doing. For now, though, we can at least get Greg and Patrick in frame while they're throwing. Patrick Pepper in those 20s. Greg's going to try and make up some ground on the 18s. Manages a 5 mark to give himself a point lead, but Patrick with 20s and 19s close. Still have to say that Patrick's in the lead here. Patrick with only one more 20 to add to his lead. It's opportunity here for Greg. If he could trip an 18 and then maybe trip a 20, that would make this game pretty interesting. Does trip the 18, but only the 120. Enough to give him the point lead and force Patrick to hit at least 320s, take it back. The Patrick returning with 420s and 118, enough to give himself the lead. Greg finds two 18s of his own, but still can't find a triple 20 to take those 20s away from Patrick. Patrick with three straight darts, just giving himself the point lead and closing out the 18s. Smart darts, using the board efficiently. Greg's going to be looking up to open up another number, probably 17s, and he does with a 4 mark. Not enough to really make Patrick think too much, though. Should just be three straight darts of the 17s. So Patrick does decide to secure his point lead further with a couple of darts at the 20s. Greg now needs to hit three 17s to take the point lead back. He has an opportunity with a triple 17 and two singles to really get in the driver's seat of this game. He stays on the 17s though with a 5 mark. Patrick's going to need 3 marks on the 20. Take the lead back. Straight darts alone are not going to secure his lead. But a 5 mark will. Greg will be looking to open up the 16s or 15s here. Three straight darts in the 16s. Challenges Patrick to close him. Patrick's in the lead here, but with 2 marks on both the 20s and 19s, his lead is pretty precarious, which is why you see him go for those 20s here in this position. Greg now is going to need a whole heap of 16s, probably 2 triples to threaten Patrick. Only finds the 1 though, so Patrick should be content with just closing these 16s out. Patrick finds 5 enough to close out the 16s and the 15s, leaving Greg no options with the bull for points. Greg's gonna be
Oh, you're gonna show up?
Greg's gonna be 6 balls away from taking the point lead. 5 now. Patrick 3 balls away from winning his 7th leg of the night. And he does just that. So Patrick Simeon takes leg 8. Puts him a 7-1 lead, and they're gonna play straight into leg 9. Greg opening up with a 4 mark on the 20s. I'm gonna see if we can't get a camera on their dartboard.
Yeah, but they're not playing.
All right, we've got a little bit of a board cam over there for Greg and Patrick. Cut this down a little bit. All right, Greg on the 16s. Looks like he's got 2 marks. Falling behind to Patrick in this leg as well. Patrick's got first 2 darts all over that triple 16. Must have found the triple with at least one of them. Or just 2 singles. But doesn't find anything when he moves over to the 15s, which is where Greg's going to go. First start in there for, it's like a single. Second dart right behind it. Those three darts stack pretty beautifully. Just three singles though for Greg. Patrick fishing for the double 15. Finds it. I think that was a strategic move by Patrick there as he had blocked the triple 15. That could be pretty common for those more vertical triples on the 16s and the 15s. If you miss above, sometimes it's going to be real hard to hit that triple 16. If you hit a triple 8 or that triple 15, you hit a triple 10. Patrick with only bowls left. Looks like they slot that last dart into the double. He did. So three bowls and two darts. That's going to be leg 9 to Patrick. Patrick starting off on the 20s, and it's going to be three singles for him. Three singles in the 20s to start a game. You never really say that's an opportunity for the other player, but the way Greg's night's going, he's going to take what he can get. He's going to need to find a triple with this last start. And he does. It's going to be 5 19s for Greg. So he does capitalize on just the three singles from Patrick to start it off. But Patrick doesn't stay asleep for long. Enters the 5 mark on his own, including 4 20s. Secures him the point lead. Greg's going to try and fill these 19s up. He needs at least 3 19s to take the point lead back and make Patrick thinking about starting on the 20s again. Only finds two, though. So good chance of Patrick spending his darts close to the 19s here. And Patrick does start down to the 19s. That second dart fell into the 3, though. Did he catch it with the third? He did. So Greg's be moving on to the 18s here. Gives him an easy move over to the 20s if he does decide to close those out. Not sure if that first start was intended for the 20s. Does catch the triple 18 with that last dart, though. Yep. Patrick is spending his darts on the 20s when he's got a higher scoring segment. You never shy away from the point battle. You got to bet on yourself to hit at least as many marks as your opponent. And if you've got 20s and they've got 18s, it's going to be hard for them to catch up. So Patrick is challenging Greg to outshoot him. Greg looking up to the challenge with his first couple darts. Oh, but just the three marks. Patrick staying on the 20s this first two. Interesting choice, but looks like he did find the triple with his last start, so it all worked out in the end. He takes a 72-point lead over Greg. Not sure if that was an intentional double 17, but this is certainly not the time to be shooting for the double. Just closing the 17 does not help Greg out at all. He needs points. He needs quite a few of them. Patrick, though, more than content with three singles to close out those 17s.
Yeah.
I just noticed Patrick shooting a 3.3 on the night. That is incredible. Let's see, did Greg find triple 16? He did. 32 points. Closes the lead to 40. And Patrick's just going to let him have the 16s, or maybe not. Thought about it.
No, I tried to retake. Beautiful. Like start shop.
Patrick finding 15s for this first start. Closes them out. Takes them away from Greg. Greg's going to need all the 16s here to mount a comeback. And those first two don't look like they found the triple. That third one might have been an 8. Yeah, just the two 16s for Greg. So close the lead a little bit, but Patrick's got three numbers open on him right now. So he's going to close those 16s and then head to the bulls to finish this off. Greg's going to need 4 bulls here to make Patrick shoot at anything besides a bullseye. And he's not going to find them. Did find one at the first start. But Patrick, one dart away from securing his 9th leg of the night. And does close out the bulls with his second dart. And that's leg 10. And Patrick racking up the points in night 1. He's got to be our league leader so far. Greg with just 3 to start off. Patrick responded to the 5 mark, so after one round, Greg already in a hole again. I'd throw all 3 of these at 20s. A 2-point lead's not really a lead. Only 2 marks after those 3 darts. So Patrick content to close the 20s after scoring 2 on the 19s. Does find the triple with that last start. He's been doing that all night. That one dart to close that third dart, a lot of times it's a hero dart, but Patrick has been hitting it consistently. That's why he's throwing a 5 in this match. Greg does find the trip 18, but not enough to close the point gap. So Patrick's just going to go straight those 18s, try and close them out. But after that first start, he's going to pick up some points and then try and get ahead of Greg. Go after the 17s. A lot of cricket is just applying pressure to your opponent. And you can apply pressure to them in a lot of different ways. And one of those ways is when you have the lead, closing out numbers that they're not necessarily going for, just to take those options away from them. This could be especially useful if your opponent is not scoring fantastically on the segment that they're currently throwing at. So Greg, he did find a 4 mark earlier, but uh, not scoring great on the 18s. Patrick is content to Just go around the rest of the board and say, if you want to throw at 18s, you can keep hitting 2 marks. I'm going to close out 17s, 16s, and 15s. Looks like Greg was trying to close out those 19s. He does have a narrow point lead, but Patrick's got those 17s in his back pocket. In fact, Patrick's not even scoring on his 19s. Decides to score on the 17s. Offers one at the 18. But if Greg can find a triple 18 here, close out those 19s, maybe run into a triple 17, that would change the complexion of this game. He did hit the trip 17, but only the 2 single 18s. Still, that's going to be enough to make Patrick think. Does Patrick realize he still has 19s open? He hasn't shot at them since Greg put those 2 marks up, but Greg's at the point right now. Patrick should have been shooting at 19s that last round. And now Greg takes away those 19s. Wonder if Patrick is just now realizing they're still open. Opts to go for the 15s. Patrick is not technically ahead, but he's playing like it. And when you throw up a 7 mark on the 15s, I guess you're allowed to. Now, can Greg hit enough 18s to erase that lead? Just the one. Oh no. 2 singles from Patrick. And that takes away Greg's only scoring opportunity. So Greg's going to be stuck on the 16s now with only 1 mark. If he can hit a 4 or 5 here, there's still a game. But if he comes back with 2, not so sure. There we go. 5 mark on the 16s from Greg. It's going to put pressure on Patrick. He's going to need to hit at least 2 15s to get the point lead back. And then he's got 3 16s to get to close out Greg's scoring. And he spent them all on 15s. Wise move. Greg's going to need 3 16s now to get ahead. He must have tripped with that second dart. He did. Good darts from Greg. 2 15s from Patrick would give him the narrowest of point leads, but second dart goes straight into the 2s. I think he must have saved it with that last dart. I think it was a trip. First 2 looked like 2s. Greg starting off. Aiming at the 15s. Doesn't get it. Does trip the 16 with the second dart, though, to take the point lead back, but the third dart, the 15s, that could have really put him in a commanding position going into the bulls. He would have been 2 bulls ahead with the 16 segment open. Instead, Patrick's able to put up another 3 15s, take the point lead back. Still, 3 straight darts from Greg. He's in a good position. Starts off closing the 15. That should be a single 16. Can we follow it up? Oh, looks like he drifted into the 7. Not the worst thing that could happen. That an additional single 16 would not have put him in any better position going into the Bulls. Patrick immediately hits his 3. He's now 1 dart away, unless Greg can put some. No, he's 2 darts away. Not sure about that first start at 16s from Greg. Greg has darts in his hand going up to the board to win the game if he just hits 3 bullseyes. I feel like at this level, you got to back yourself to do that. Patrick finds his 1 bull to give him the lead, and oh, did he trip it? He tripped that 16 with his last start. Incredible. Oh, fantastic darts. Wow. Greg had chances, but Patrick is just shooting too well. Maintaining that 3.3 on the night. That's insane. All right. Into leg 12. Patrick opens up at 3 straight darts. Greg responds with a 4 mark. Patrick, a 7 mark, including 6 20s. Greg's gonna need all the 19s. Did he find the triple on his last start? He did not. So Patrick may go straight there to close him. And he does. Just needs the 2. Greg really needs 6 18s here. He's not going to find them, but he does go for the 20s with his last start. At least takes away that scoring from Patrick, who was just peppering the 20s. But he's giving away the 18s with Patrick promptly closes before closing the 17s. And you can see from his reaction, he was that close to a white horse. A white horse is it's when he hit 3 different triples in a game of cricket. That's 2 16s from Greg. Not going to be enough. And 3 straight darts from Patrick, which is the 15s already. Greg not finding a 15 with that last start, drifting into the 2s. Not sure about that last start from Patrick. Yeah, he hit 2 singles. Had no need to go for the double. Might have just been trying to make sure he got it into the fat and overcorrected. Oh, bounce out from Greg. Always happens when things already aren't going well. So only the 1 mark on the 15s, and he really needed that dart. Patrick finishing the game, geez, 3.9 average. That game took like 3 minutes. That's insane. Patrick starts off Pepper in the 20s. How many did he find? Oh, only four. That looked a lot more dangerous. Forces Greg down to the 19s. He finds three, but he's going to need to put up some cricket numbers to beat Patrick tonight. Looks like two single 20s and then a close from Patrick. Yep, that's a five mark. Greg opens up with a triple 18. And he follow that up. It's a good looking five. Not going to be quite enough. 17s is an interesting choice by Patrick. He doesn't have that much of a lead anymore. Greg is only one mark away from closing his 20s. Although he extends his point lead with that five with the 17s. Greg's content to pepper the 18s with a five of his own. And he takes the point lead in this game. Now Patrick is going back up to the 20s. Again, throwing that last dart for a close on the 18s. This time not finding the triple. An interesting choice by Greg. He did trip that 18 with his first dart. Looked like it was out from here. I still might have gone back to the 18s with that third dart. His point lead's very narrow. He's going to need to go back to the 18s now. Needs at least two. Oh, a cheeky double 17 to start off the round. Closes the 17s. And then a four on the 18s. Great round from Greg. Patrick down on points is forced to the 16s. He does find two triples in his first two darts. Enough to give him the lead back. Greg down on points. He's going to try and close the 16s. He should go back to the 18s now. There you go. Great dart. Overcompensate with that last one. But he did trip the 18 with the second. Packers going to need three 16s for a shot at closing the 18s. Doesn't get it. Only finding the one. So Greg's got a real opportunity here. He's going to have to close out the 16s. Looks like he was going for another cheeky double this time. Dropped it down to the double seven. Doesn't manage to close a 16, gives Patrick an opportunity to retake the point lead, which he does. Greg's first order of business is closing out those 16s. Doesn't have too much success on the 18s, though. Two singles. Patrick finds another triple. He'll be going up to the 18s. No, instead he stays down there for a 9 mark on the 15s. Wow. Can't argue with that. Greg, no luck on the 18s, but does find a triple 15 of his own. Unfortunately, with Patrick, a 66-point lead, he can just close the 18s. Patrick's his only real option now. Greg's gonna need to find some triples here. If he can take a point lead into the Bulls, it'll give him a great opportunity. Adjust the two 18s. So Patrick just needs two straight darts, gets those in short order, and onto the Bulls. Greg's gonna need 5 bullseyes here to take the point lead from Patrick. Or to win the game, rather. That was doable, but he only finds the 2 bulls with his last start. Effectively makes a tie game. Each player needs 3 bulls. But Patrick throws first, and oh, it was a great first start, but unable to follow up. Greg can throw 3 straight here. Gonna find a double now. Don't think he got it. No, he did find a double, but he was out with that last start. Oh, Greg had an opportunity, but that leg goes to Patrick, who somehow manages to improve his MPR on the night up to a 3.4.
Thanks a lot, brother. You take care, man.
All right, and that concludes the first night of the Space City Darts Cricket Premier League. We will be back with a live stream in 2 short months of the Cricket Premier League finals. Please check us out on Facebook at Space City Darts and our website at spacecitydarts.org. We are Space City Darts. We run tournaments and leagues in the greater Houston area. If you have any questions about steel tip darts or darts in Houston, please reach out and hit us up. We'd love to talk to you. But for now, I've been Jordan Yost, and this has been Space City Darts Cricket Premier League. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time.